Okay, so I should be live. This is actually my first live from my home computer. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. So I'm going to be live streaming myself playing Cookie Clicker, which is a game that one of my students actually got me hooked on, I'll say. Let me go ahead and yep, I'm sharing my screen now. So you should see here, right here is Cookie Clicker. Um, I'm not a very good player, but you can see, look at my stats. Run has started 220 days ago. So it's been 5, 6 months, right? But a lot of time, sometimes weeks at a time, it just sits here without me actually being active. It's just still running. Okay, so you can see right now I have 14.064 sextillion cookies, and I earn 190.44 quadrillion cookies per second. And per click, I'm currently getting 20.948 quadrillion. So that puts me over 200, right? 210, 211 quadrillion cookies per second if I'm clicking as well. Okay, cool. So here are the basics. These are the upgrades that you can get. Research, which I haven't done this one because this puts the game down a different path. Here are the upgrades. My next upgrade is the shortbread biscuits. Okay, so this is a golden cookie. When I click that, I got a lucky cookie. I got plus 171.3.96 quintillion cookies, which nice. All right, so these are the upgrades, as I was saying. The next upgrade is the shortbread biscuits. It's a cookie production multiplier plus 4%. That would be to here. So we'll add to here. So that's what we're going to go for today. This is a special Christmas theme. Right now we have reindeers. So that was Vixen, and I got plus 22.853 quintillion cookies for clicking on the reindeer. All right, so yeah, right now from December 15th until the end of the month, I believe, December 31st, we have it's the Christmas season on Cookie Clicker, which I just found out about the other day from my student as well. That's why you see the snowflakes in the background of the cookie, and this is the final clause. There's a bunch of like Santa upgrades you could do. Okay, so as I was saying, the next our goal for today is to get to 93.1 sextillion cookies. So you can see 14.2. I'm quite far away from 93 for buying this next upgrade. But in order to earn more cookies per second, right, you can click, of course, but you can also buy buildings. Your basic and first building is the cursor. Then you have your grandmas. So here's all my grandmas here, right? So here's all my cursors. They're surrounding my giant cookie. So they're kind of constantly clicking the cookie for me in a way. Then you have the grandmas. All right. And grandmas are all here. They bake cookies, right? It says each grandma produces 90.387 billion cookies per second. But you see the grandmas also boost your other buildings. You can see all the boosting, also boosting some other some other buildings. So grandmas have baked 14.253 quintillion cookies so far. So grandmas, wow, as a total, they're 0%. They're negligible how much cookies they're helping me produce as part of this total. So the next you have building are farms. I have 309 farms. Okay, I have enough to buy one more farm, which I wanted to do, but I think I'll wait and not do that now because get that reindeer, good, right? Because I'm going for 93 cookies, sextillion cookies, right? During this live stream. Okay, so that golden cookie gave me a frenzy. So I have a frenzy, 2 minutes 34 seconds. It timed my cookie production times 7. So now I'm making 1.333 quintillion cookies per second and 146 per click. So that's a pretty good boost, the golden cookie, right? So yeah, the frenzy's pretty good. Although I think the click frenzy is probably the best frenzy to have. So all right, farms are the next building. Each farm produces 38.617 million cookies. So million compared to how many cookies? 1.333 quintillion. A million it's nothing, right? It's trivial. So 309 farms producing 11.933 billion, right? And even that's a total of 900 some trillion, almost quadrillion cookies from farms so far, but still that's 0% of my total. So that's nothing. Oh, one of my cats has just joined us for the stream. You can see here she's on my lap. Oh. If you watch a lot of my shorts, you will have seen my cats in my shorts. Yeah, so that is Moichu. She's a cute girl. She's a good girl. So she's here on my lap. She's joining us for the stream. All right. So yeah, next one, farms. So still in the millions, right? Each mine produces 70 million. 250 of them is 17 billion, but that's still another reindeer. That's a good one. That was Dancer, 119 quintillion. So that's a pretty good bump right there from that reindeer. But you can see the mines, even 17.5 billion cookies per second, has got me 0%. And only 2.3 quadrillion cookies mined so far. 2 quadrillion. You can see each one of my clicks gives me right now, because I'm boosted, 146 quadrillion. So the mines are also negligible, how many cookies they get me. All right, so my frenzy here is about to end, but usually a golden cookie pops up towards the end of my frenzy. So let's see if we get a golden cookie popping up. Yep, see, there it is. And that gave me a click frenzy. That is, I think, the best boost in this game, at least in my opinion. And it's giving me only for the clicks 16.277. Now I'm a really slow clicker, so I'm not getting anywhere near as many as I should get for this. But you can see I'm already, went up quite a bit, right? Now I was at 14 sextillion. Now I'm at 15 sextillion. So that was a nice boost from the click frenzy from that golden cookie. All right, so as I was saying, after the farms, the mine, the next building we have here are factories, and each factory still in the millions, right? So we get 5 million, 17, oh no, 10 million, 5 million, 10 million for the mines. Was 1.75 billion cookies. 10 millions for the mines, 2.5 billion, 0%. Reindeer, 22 quintillion, not bad. That was Cupid. Right, mines, 10 million cookies, 2.5 billion cookies per second, 0%. Factories, 44 million cookies per second, 11, because I have 250 of them, I'm getting 11 billion cookies per second, still 0% of my total. And a total of 6.2 quadrillion still. It's negligible. It's nothing. So then we have banks is the next building up, and about 105 million, still at 100, still in the millions, right? And that is per mine. So a total of 210 mines. Sorry, that's banks. 210 banks is 22 billion cookies per second. It's still 0%. Now a total of 21 quadrillion, right? Still nothing. Each click gets me about the same as all of my banks combined. So have gotten me total. So I mean, that's nothing. So the next building up is the temple. And I'm still in the millions, 543 million. Golden cookie, it's a lucky cookie. Okay, nice little tap. So the temples are still in the millions per each temple. Total is 108 billion. It's still 0% of my total. And the temples have cumulatively gotten 101 quadrillion. So again, 101, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, right? Those few clicks got me all that I've ever gotten from all my temples combined. So my next building up is the Wizard Tower. And each Wizard Tower produces 2.956 billion. So I'm finally in the billions. But at this point, billions are still nothing, right, compared to total. So 200 Wizard Towers are producing 591.228 billion cookies per second, and that's still 0% of my total. And again, okay, now that was Cupid, another 22 quintillion cookies. So even all of my Wizard Towers, even though they're in the billions, right? Yeah, Wizard Towers, they're in the billions per second. They've only gotten 534.799 quadrillion, 530 quadrillion. Again, 20 is one click. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 40. I've just made more cookies from clicks than my Wizard Towers have in 200 some days, right? So again, negligible. The next building up is the shipment. So each shipment produces 8 billion, so 2 billion, 8 billion, not really that big of a jump to be honest. And this has produced 500 billion. This has produced 1.361 trillion cookies per second. And that gives me a total cookies shipped so far by shipment is 1.246 quintillion. So that's not too bad, but considered to sextillion, 1 quintillion is nothing. Right? 190 quadrillion a second. That means 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, right? 5, 6 seconds. I get how many cookies the shipments have given me ever, right? So it's nothing. The next building up is the alchemy lab. So each alchemy lab produces 47.41. Oh, golden cookie, cool. Frenzy. So that boosts me times 7. That gives me 1.333 quintillion per second and 146.639 quadrillion per click. So you can see my cookie meter, right, is going up quite quickly now. Right, you can see it counting up like 1 per second. Oh, nice. With the reindeer, and that was a good bump. That was 119. So now I'm 16.1. So it's moving up much quicker now with that frenzy boost. And of course, while I'm clicking, I'm adding to the boosts because they're also boosted my clicks. So that's a pretty good boost, as I said right now. So this frenzy, as I said last time, it lasts 2 minutes 34 seconds in total. And usually at the end of the frenzy, I'll get another golden cookie. Oh, sorry, Mui Juice on my lap. And she just sat on my headphone. She just sat on my headphones, the wire on my headphones. So, Mui, I'm gonna hit them again. All right, so while I'm getting boosted, yeah, I went from 16.0 to 16.2. So, it's actually moving the needle now with the boost, with the frenzy, but I'm still a long way off of getting that 93 plus sextillion cookies I need for the next. Let's go up here for the next upgrade, right, to the shortbread biscuits. So I'm still pretty far off from that, but that's the goal for this live stream. If you're watching and you have any suggestions or any tips for me to boost my cookie production, all right, please let me know in the chat. All right, so I'm getting there, getting close to 16.3. I'll be there any second. And as I said before, when I get towards the end of my frenzy, right, I'll get another golden cookie. So a quick frenzy will be the best. I usually think of lucky cookies as the worst, but I did get a few lucky cookies that were like 1.2 sextillion, so that's not too bad. Reindeer, that was a good one. Donner, 119.977 quintillion, so that was a good jump. Donner got 4.6. All right, 16.4. Sorry, not 4.6, 16.4. And now I'm closing in on 16.5. I should have another golden cookie. Yep, lucky cookie. Okay, 171 quintillion. So now I'm at 16.6. All right, good. All right, so I was going through my buildings and we were talking about the alchemy lab, I believe. Each alchemy lab produces 47.41 billion cookies. and 150 of them. So I'm getting 7.111 trillion cookies per second. But even now that it's in the trillions, you can see it's still 0% of my total. And I've got a total of 6.492 quintillion cookies total. So, I mean, quintillion, again, compared to how many cookies I'm getting per second, that's still nothing. The next one up, the next building is the portal. So Portal's still in the billions, but now 142 billion cookies per second. I have 140 portals. So together, that's 19.916 trillion cookies per second. And that's still 0% of my total. And for a total of 19 quintillion. So again, even the portals, nothing. Still at zero. It's still negligible. Okay. Next building up is the time machine. I don't know why, but I really like the time machines. I think they're really cool. But the time machines, each time machine produces 928 billion per second. That's one. That's almost a trillion, but that's almost nothing. 22 quintillion, that was Blitzen. So time machines. So 130 of them, that gives me 120.684 trillion cookies per second. That's 0.1% of my total. At least it's not zero, right? For the first time, 0.1. And 111.197 quintillion cookies recovered so far. So that is 0.1 on here, right? Just over 0.111, right? Of 16.701. So 0.111 ever, right? In 220 plus days. So I haven't had time machines the whole time, but still. In their total time of having time machines, it would be 0.1. Literally, yeah. All right, I'm getting a boost now, another frenzy. That's a times 7 boost. So now you can see 1.333 quintillion per second plus my click of 146.639 quadrillion. That's a nice boost. You can see I'm actually going up at a nice rate now. You can noticeably see my cookie total going up. So 2.5 minutes of this boost. I will definitely get to 17 sextillion cookies from this boost. And let's see at the end of the boost, when I get another golden cookie, what that one is. Oh, actually, I forgot. I can have a magic. I can summon. Oh, no, backfire. So I'm going to get a wrath cookie. So I click that quickly so that it doesn't do so much damage. I got again. Actually, I'm not sure what that does. Does that mean I'll get another sinister cookie? Or, I don't know. It seems I clicked it and I didn't get a bad fate, so that's pretty good. But I did kind of waste my spell. So using this, I can cast spells. Okay, that was a good one. You found Vixen. 119.977 quintillion cookies. That was a nice pump. So I'm close to 17 now. Definitely get over 17. So this over here, these are my spells I can cast. They cost this kind of like magic, you can say. 1 sugar lump, we click 100 units of magic, but I don't even have 100 units in total. So yeah, this magic meter, right, fills up and I can cast these spells, but each spell has a chance of backfiring, right? But the one I click right there, it cost me 52 of my magic meter, and that can summon another golden cookie. So I did that because right now I have a frenzy, and if I get 2 different golden cookies, they can kind of stack on each other, and the boost can be that much bigger. So it's really good when I can get double boosted, because then I can really earn a lot of cookies, right? A lot faster. So we started the stream, I was at 14 sextillion, I believe. Now I'm at 17 sextillion. Okay, so I got another frenzy, another 2 minutes, 34 seconds added to my clock. So I've went up 3 sextillion cookies just since I've started the stream. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, so 17.1. I like to get it so there's no zeros. I don't know why. Kind of OCD in that way, I guess. Okay, good. 17.1 sextillion. We're going time machines where we stopped with my buildings. The next building up is the antimatter condenser. So time machines is 6 trillion each, 845 trillion for 130, and I'm 0.1%. So the antimatter condenser, I'm still in the trillions for each one, but it's a nice bump from 6 trillion to 40, just over 40 trillion. I have 100 of them, so that gives me 4 quadrillion. Reindeer, that was Dancer, 119. That's good. So 100 of them gives me 4 quadrillion cookies per second, right? So now we're getting close, right? Each click is it's boosted, so 146 quadrillion, but normally I think it's like 20 point something quadrillion, right, when it's not boosted. So at least this gives us in the ballpark 4 quadrillion per second of my clicks. And so I have 100 of those as well. So that means I'm getting 4 quadrillion. So this went from 0.1. This is still only 0.3 of my total CPS. So it's still, practically nothing. It's not zero like everything before the time machine, but it's pretty close, 0.3. And I have a total of 500 quintillion cookies ever, right? So that would be 17.363, right? So that's 0.5, right? Just over 0.5 of my total, right? That's right now in the bank, you can say. So after the antimatter condenser 0.3, we have the prisms. And each one of my prisms produce 136.707 trillion. So we're still in the trillions for each one. Oh, golden cookie. Click frenzy, like I said, I think it's the best one, but I have a really slow click rate. I can't click that fast. But now it's boosted. That's why I'm going up. That's why I'm at 1920. Yes. I can get 21. Maybe I can get 22 before it ends, even though I'm such a slow clicker. 22. Booyah. All right, 23. So that's all really good. All right. So I got to 23.8 before I lost my boost. So I got the cookies, 2 golden cookies, the boosts kind of overlapped. And you can see how big of a difference that made, right? Double dipping my cookies. I went from, 17, almost 18 sextillion to 23, almost 24 sextillion in just a few seconds. So that was, really big jump. Just a double boost, double dip those golden cookies. Even though I'm really a slow clicker. I mean, I would think I was getting better clicks before, but I think my mouse is kind of gumming up compared to before. Maybe I've jammed on it playing cookie clicker too much. So prisms, right? We're still in the trillions. We want time. Sorry, time machine is just under a trillion. The antimatter condenser is 5 trillion. That's where we stopped at. 583 trillion cookies per second, because I have 100 of them. So 502 quintillion. Like I said, that's 0.5 of my total now. So 0.3. It's still almost nothing. So next we have prisms. So we still in the trillions for the prism, but 80 of them gives me 1.562 quadrillion per second. So again, that's getting, noticeable, but still 0.8 of my total. So it's still almost nothing. And even all of my prisms total has 1.423 sextillion. So, okay. That gets us to here, right? I'm a sextillion cookies in the bank, 23. So total is 1 point something. That's total. So still very low. My next is the chance maker. So chance makers, each chance maker produces 139.246 trillion reindeer. That was Comet, 22.853 quintillion. So each chance maker, 139 trillion. 60 of them gives me 8.355 quadrillion per second. Okay, so now this is 4.4%. This is the first time it's over 1% of my total. So, and total, the chance maker is 7.861 sextillion. Again, sorry, I have 23.9 sextillion in the bank. That's not bad, but it's still not much. next we have the Fractal Engine. And each Fractal Engine, oh, there's a golden cookie, almost missed it. It's a lucky cookie. 171.396 quintillion. Nice. So now I'm over 24. All right, getting close to 25 sextillion cookies. So I produced about, just during this live stream, about 10 sextillion cookies so far. All right. So Fractal Engine, each one is 981 trillion, so almost 1 quadrillion for each one. I got 60 of them, so I'm at 58.877 quadrillion cookies per second. So this is 30.9% of my total, right? So that's, that's a good chunk, right? Over 30% of my total is coming just from my fractal engines. And they produce 43.194 sextillion. So that's more than I have in the bank at the moment, right? But you see, we're going for almost 100. So, I mean, it's still, compared to how many cookies I need and how many I'm producing, it's not that much. So now we have JavaScript console creates cookies from the very code this game was written in. So this game was written in JavaScript. And each JavaScript console produces 3.556 quadrillion cookies. So, I mean, each one is still pretty negligible. Oh, reindeer, that was Prancer. You found Prancer. So, I mean, each JavaScript script console by itself is pretty low. I have 30 of them. That gives me 106.672 quadrillion per second, and you can see that's massive because I'm only producing 190 quadrillion per second. So that's 56% of my total. Okay, I thought it was going to be higher than that, but 56. This is 30. That's like 86, and then these all together maybe gets us, 90s, right? So 62.176 sextillion cookies programmed so far. So, I mean, that's more than my total in the bank right now, but compared to my total ever and how much I need, that's still lacking. So next up, after the JavaScript console, my highest level building at the moment is the Idleverse. So each Idleverse produces 2.795 quadrillion. What kind of jump is that? The JavaScript console is higher. So even though the Idleverse is higher, because I've upgraded, what is it called? Cookie. Your 60 fractal engines are boosting your CPS production 600% for 1 minute. Okay, that's a pretty good bump. Oh, so actually it's the same as the Cookie Frenzy at times 7, exactly the same. But it doesn't last as long as the Frenzy. So actually it's not as good as getting a Frenzy. But I guess it's because I don't have as many of those buildings. If I had more of those buildings, the boost would be higher. But still, it's better than nothing, and this will get me to 0.2. Yeah, that's probably it, because it's going to run out. You can see, good. Oh, 159 quintillion cookies. That was Dasher. That's the highest I think I've ever seen from a reindeer. So that's pretty good. So 24.3, I'll get to 24.4 during this boost. Yep, okay. So because I've upgraded, right, you can buy these upgrades up here. This upgrade is for my CPS. This upgrade is for the Idleverses. So my Idleverses, when I get this upgrade, will be twice as efficient. So right now, my JavaScript consoles actually outproduce my Idleverses. So it's more cost effective for me to buy JavaScript consoles at the moment. But once I upgrade the Idleverse, it'll outproduce the JavaScript consoles. But they're currently 2.795 quadrillion cookies per second. I have 5 of them. That gives me 13.974 quadrillion. That's 7.3% of my total. And they've given me 6.796 sextillion cookies hijacked so far. So 62. Yeah, it makes the most sense for me to buy more JavaScript consoles at the moment if I was going to build more buildings. But right now I want these upgrades. another golden cookie, lucky cookie. Okay. All right. So my goal for this stream was actually to get me to try to buy this upgrade, but I don't know. It's seeming like quite a lofty goal. Unless I can double dip my cookies and double boosting, I don't think I'm going to get anywhere close to that unless I'm streaming for a long time. But since the chat is dead, no one seems to be following along with my cookie clicker stream. I probably won't stay on. Okay, you found Vixen 22 quintillion. Nice. Probably won't stay on there that much longer unless I get some action in my stream. So here are my stats. I have cookies in the bank, right? 24.623, 24.622 hasn't updated, but yep. So cookies baked this ascension, 379. So you can see I have 24 sextillion cookies in the bank out of 379 I've ever baked. So you can see that's a good percentage of my total ever. As I said earlier, my run started 220 days ago, so it's 5-6 months. And I have 2,949 buildings. So I'm hoping to buy one more farm soon, but I want to get that next upgrade first. Cookies per second, 190.44 quadrillion. You can see that here. My multiplier is 31,143%. Raw cookies per second, 190, right? That's the highest this ascension. Cookies per click, 20.948 quadrillion. That's right here where I'm clicking the big cookie, how many I get. And cookie clicks, I have clicked the big cookie 864,400. Okay, 864,509 times. More than that, but it hasn't updated. My student was closing in on 1 million on Tuesday, so he's probably over 1 million now. I don't know how he gets so many clicks because I have way more cookies than him, and he started his run way later than me, but he clicks a lot more. And handmade cookies, that's how many I've gotten from clicking. That's 176.493 sextillion, so that's a huge percentage, actually. And I think a lot of those are from Click Frenzies. Golden cookies, right? I've had Click 3,163 all time. And random drop multiplier. Actually, I'm not even sure what that is. Times 1.1. This is the version of the game. Golden cookie. Got another frenzy. Nice. All right, so right now I'm boosted because I got the seasonal event, Christmas. Like I said at the start of the stream, it runs from December 15th to December 31st, so it's running right now. Sugar lumps, those are these. I haven't talked about those. You can use the sugar lumps to upgrade your milk or your buildings. Actually, I'm not really sure what's the most effective way to use my sugar lumps. So if anybody knows, please leave me a comment to tell me how to effectively use my sugar lumps. So seasonal event is Christmas. You've seen the reindeer that have been jumping across my screen. I've clicked 122 of them. And Santa stages unlocked. Okay, so the first one is the festive test tube. Okay. Then we have the festive ornament. Then it's the festive wreath, the festive tree, the festive present, the festive elf fetus. Okay. Then you have the elf toddler, the elf fling, the young elf, the bulky elf, Nick. Okay. Saint Nick. Santa Claus. All right. Santa Claus. How can he go past that? Elder Santa. Okay. True Santa. And the final Claus, which is like an all-seeing eyeball. I think I kind of like Santa Claus. Look at the best, but okay. These are all the upgrades I have. I have upgrades unlocked. 211, but out of 716 total. So 29% of all upgrades. Reindeer plus 119, good. That's a nice one. So here's all my upgrades that I've unlocked, and here's all the different cookies I've got. Plain cookie, 1%. Sugar cookies, oatmeal raisin cookies, 1%. Peanut butter cookies, 2%. Coconut cookies, 2%. Macadamia nut cookies, 2%. Almond cookies, 2%. Hazelnut cookies, 2%. Walnut cookies, 2%. Cashew cookies, 2%. White chocolate cookies, 2%. Milk chocolate cookies at 2%. Double chip cookies, 2%. Also, next one, white chocolate macadamia nut cookies, also 2%. All chocolate cookies, also 2%. Okay, should be a cookie, golden cookie. No? Oh, there it is. Lucky cookie. All right. Dark chocolate coated cookies, 5%. Ooh, 2%. That's a big jump to 5%. White chocolate coated cookies, 5%. Then back down to 2%. Clips cookies, zebra cookies, 2%. Snickerdoodles, 2%. Stroop waffles, 2%. Macaroons, 2%. Empire biscuits, 2%. Madeleines, 2%. I'm not even sure what that is, 2%. I'm not sure, 2%. 2%. Gingerbread men are 2%. Gingerbread trees are 2%. Pure black chocolate cookies, 5% again. Pure white cookies, 5%. Ladyfingers, okay, 3%. 3%, 3%, 3%, 3%, 3%, 4%. And I think they've all been 4%. Oh no, that's India. Okay. The Christmas ones are 2%. Right, but my next one here, the shortbread biscuits are 4%. You can see all these upgrades I got, and then these are the achievements. So every 25 achievements, you get a new type of milk. So I've done 153 achievements. I would have to get to 175 achievements to unlock the next milk. It starts with rank 1, plain milk. And then for 25 achievements, chocolate milk. 50 achievements, raspberry milk. 75 achievements, orange milk. 100 achievements, caramel milk. 125 achievements was banana milk. And right now at 150 achievements, I'm at lime milk. So you can see these are all the achievements. There's a lot I haven't unlocked, these question marks. Anybody knows any achievements that I can get? These are shadow achievements that are either unfair or difficult to attain. So they do not give milk. Okay, so they're useless, but interesting. Speed baking, get to 1 million cookies baked in 35 million. And you have one chance in 1 million every second of earning this achievement. Just plain lucky. Okay. But anyways, I need to unlock, I guess, like 25 more achievements, 24 more achievements to get the next milk. All right, I'm being boosted. I'm at 25 sextillion. So I'm basically a little more. My original goal was 100. So I'm just a little more than a quarter of the way to kind of my goal for this stream. But I think I'm going to give up on it because I don't have any engagement. And yeah, nothing's going on. So those are my stats. So reindeer, nice. These are all my grandmas. Pretty funny how you can gives you the ages of all the grandmas. I know if I do this one mind, each grandma gains plus 0.02 base CPS per second. But yeah, anyways, haven't gone down that route yet. Let me know in the comments if I should do the one mind upgrade or I should try to do a pure cookie clicker run. I might just go with the plus one farm and get 310 farms. But actually, I was thinking I was going to get an upgrade, but I know I would need 350 farms for an upgrade. So I kind of like having an even number of buildings and everything, but it's going to cost me 6 sextillion cookies just for one farm, which isn't really going to increase my cookies per second anything noticeable, and I won't get anything. So I think I'll hold off on that like originally planned and still save up for this short bread biscuit upgrade. So let me go ahead and change that to 10. You know what? Still could my accidentally click it. I'll change it to 100 which I don't have enough cookies to buy 100 of any building. Okay, good. All right, so yeah. If you watch my cookie clicker stream and you want to see another cookie clicker stream, leave me some comments. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time, probably in the new year. I will be back and do another cookie clicker stream. Oh, lucky cookie, 1.6. Okay, I got 26 sextillion. So I've done about 12 sextillion cookies in this stream. All right, so it is almost 9 o'clock at night here in Hong Kong, so I am going to go ahead and get ready, do what I need to do tonight, take care of all my cats. Go ahead and watch my cats in my shorts, and leave comments if you can name all of my cats. All right, have a good night. Take care. I'm out of here as soon as I figure out how to end the stream. This is my first time doing this. Oh, right here. It's kind of blocked with the sharing screen, but end stream. All right, peace.